Here is my 2-year review of my VMAX VX4 GT. Now, if you've seen my other video, I did a video on my Segway GT3 Pro, and I thought, well, you know, let's do one on the VMAX too. Now, VMAX is one of those companies, they're Swiss, they've been in the US now a couple years. Guys, don't sleep on this brand. These guys make a really solid scooter. This scooter is just been great. It comes with a 2-year warranty, not that you'll probably won't need it. I mean, basically, I check my tire pressure once in a while, and I don't even think it has self-sealing tires on this model. And it's just not been an issue, man. I charge it, I ride it. You know, when I store it, I bring her down to like 50–60%, store it, charge it back up when I'm ready to ride it, and it just goes. It does what it's supposed to do. But anyhow, I've had this scooter for a little over 2 years now, just over 2 years. And before I get too far, I'm in no way affiliated with VMAX. I think they're a great company, but I bought this scooter with my own money. They're not paying me for this review or anything. So this is just my personal thoughts on this scooter. So all right, back to it. When I bought the scooter, I wanted something a little nicer, something a little faster. Saw lots of videos about it. You know, of course, Mr. Paul Somerville over at used to be Electric Scooter Guide. Now he's with VMAX now. Did great reviews on it, and it just seemed like an incredible scooter. He rode it around San Francisco and then took off across another town on it on a single charge. And I thought, wow, you know, that looks like a pretty good scooter. And you know, then the guys over at Firstly Charged reviewed it, and everybody talked about what a great scooter it was. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it, and they weren't lying. It's a great scooter. I don't really have many complaints about it, you know, but for a commuter scooter, it's pretty peppy, fair amount of torque, and a few complaints that I did have about it. You know, I did a few written reviews on it, and when people are asking what kind of scooter to get, you know, a lot of times I will steer them towards VMAX because they just make, it's such a solid product, man. It's like the Mercedes of scooters, man. It's just so well built, so solid, maintenance free. It's just a great unit. You know, of course, like all things, I kind of outgrew it a little bit. You know, even in beast mode, it's not very beastly. I mean, a few years ago it was. But beast mode, you know, you'll get to just over 25 miles an hour. 25 miles an hour just doesn't quite cut it for me anymore. You know, I have other scooters that go much faster. But if I'm going someplace where, you know, I just want a casual ride, or if I want to go somewhere and I'm worried about longevity, or, you know, worried about the dependability of my scooter, the VMAX is always my go-to. You know, if I don't really need to go fast, I'm bringing the VMAX because I know it's not going to let me down. Other than that, here, let's go over some specs and some features and go from there. Okay, let's start down the deck. This is a 48-volt system with about a 24-amp-hour battery. This is the GT version, their biggest battery version. 48 volts, you know, for me, I mean, I ride 72-volt scooters now, but this does not hit like a 48-volt scooter. It's got a little extra punch to it. I don't know what they're doing. They're pushing more amps, or they're doing something, but it's a 48-volt scooter, but you know, it feels more like, you know, like maybe a 52-volt scooter. And actually the new model that just came out, the new VX4, is a 52-volt scooter, hence the faster speeds and more performance. Here's the battery, and no surprise, look at that cable management. Everything's like tied up nice and neat. You know, just, I've opened some of these scooters up, man, it is just a rat's nest, but this thing it's put together nice. And down here, you got your little mountain holes. So this battery is actually physically secured to the deck. It just doesn't flop around in here or rely on a pad or something to, you know, to keep it in place. This is nice. And look at the controller. It's screwed down there pretty good too. So good job, VMAX. Yeah, and honestly, I'm not that surprised because, like I said before, guys, they just build a good scooter. They've got a nice little pad here. I'm not sure why, because this sucker ain't going anywhere. It's got a nominal 500-watt motor, and that's it. It's just a single motor scooter. Now, that's kind of sneaky. You know, they call it a 500-watt motor. I find, you know, because it has a watt meter right on the display. Of course, I ride it wide open. Whenever I'm going on this thing, I'm going as fast as it will go. I'll push somewhere between 700 to 900 watts. You know, so you're about 800 watt average pretty much everywhere I'm going. So yeah, it's a 500-watt motor, but is it really? You know, obviously the sine wave controller is pushing more wattage than that. Now your tires, you're running 10-inch by 2 3/4. So it's a decent size. They're tubeless. You know, like I said, this particular model does not have self-sealing tires. It just hasn't been an issue. I haven't had any issues with it. So it's been pretty decent. You can see up front here, we got just a drum brake, which a lot of people don't like drum brakes. They prefer discs. And on my high performance scooters, 100%, I want hydraulic disc brakes. But this drum brake, honestly, it does the job. In fact, when I'm riding around most times, I'm finding that, you know, over here is your rear brake. Here's your front brake, your drum brakes. I'm using this most of the time. I'm just hitting this. And of course, I'm getting some regen action out of that hub motor in the back, along with the braking power into the drum brakes. And it's enough. And if I have to stop quick, I'll reach over and grab on that. And back here, the rear brake, you know, it is a mechanical brake. It is a disc brake, but it's mechanical brake. You know, I'm not a fan of mechanical brakes. It's not much more expensive to do a hydraulic brake system, you know, especially since they only have one. It would have cost them like maybe $30, $40 or probably like $20 difference just to do a hydraulic brake on that. I would have liked to see that, but honestly, this does the job. And actually, the first iteration of this came out, it didn't even have a disc brake. You know, they just used the drum brake and the regen in the back. I mean, that's how I ride it. You know, I rarely do I have to squeeze that lever and actuate this rear disc brake. If you need it, it's there. Another thing you'll notice right off the bat, this is a sexy scooter, man. I think it looks cool. I like that it's all murdered out. It's just, I think it's a really cool design. It's just a sharp looking scooter. You got a pretty decent sized deck. You know, I've never felt uncomfortable on it. I come from a scooter I had before this. I still have it. Is a eMove Cruiser S. It's got a big deck. That thing is comfortable, but you know, it's kind of clunky. To be honest, this one just rides solid and smooth. The front geometry here, you notice that the tire is just a little bit, it's not straight up and down for a typical fork setup. You know, that axle bolt is just aft of your fork. It gives you some natural camber, and this thing just tracks. It tracks nice. It's stable. You know, it's fun to ride. You know, it's just a well thought out scooter. Okay, up here you got your vertical throttle. It's vertical thumb throttle. I'm a fan of these throttles. I like them. You know, a lot of my early scooters, this is what came with it. It's comfortable for me. It does what it needs to do. It's a great throttle. Here you got your headlight. It's not crazy bright, but I mean, you're only doing 20, 25 miles an hour on this thing anyhow, so it does the job. It's fine. I haven't had any issues with it. Over here, you know, you can get into here, back up a little bit. You can get into some menus. This thing has an app. I don't use it a whole lot, but you know, you can go in here and play around with your settings. You can do everything the app does right here, with the exception of like the navigation, which again, it's something else that, you know, I just don't use a lot. So, you know, I just don't feel a need for it. I mean, they do have an app. Yeah, it's got navigation, but you know, I really don't use it a whole lot. Another feature that's kind of unique to VMAX is it only has 2 speed modes. It's got Eco and Sport. They both have the same top speed limit. Just when you're in Eco, they're cutting back the amperage to the motor, so it doesn't pull as fast. You know, it's just kind of smooth and mellow, and of course you get more range. You pick up the Sport, and it's quite a bit peppier. You know, for a single motor scooter, you know, it's like right in between that. You know, it's a commuter scooter, but it acts more like, I wouldn't call it like a performance scooter, but it's like somewhere in the middle. You know, it's not like your typical commuter. It's a little step up. And like I said, that this model's 2 years old. You know, so they've made some changes, like a couple of things that I had issue with. You know, they've changed. Like I always said that this scooter would have been the perfect scooter if it did like, you know, maybe 33 miles an hour. Well, now the new VX4 does 37, and they have another model, the VX2 Hub, which is similar to this. It has a similar suspension, hydraulic up front, where the new VX4 has an adjustable suspension, hydraulic, and that scooter does 33 miles an hour. So again, you're right back to where, wow, you know, this scooter would be great if it does this. Well, VMAX listened, and now it does that. All right, moving right along, you got your turn signals. Kick them up. They're high up here in the handlebars. VMAX was the first ones. You know, they're not the first company to put the turn signals up here in the end. They are, however, the first ones to inset it to where if the scooter tips over, you're not going to break your directional. So you can see they're nice and bright. They work good from the front as well as the back. And then back here, you got these, like, I call them like little crab eyes. They look like a little crab eye to me, poking out. And again, they're nice and visible. The other thing, one thing I didn't like about this setup is when you're cruising right along, I found these switches to be kind of hard to feel. I mean, you can kind of feel it, but I would find that I wouldn't use my directionals a lot just because of, I'd fumble through. Now, the newer models, they went ahead and put a rocker switch down here, which is much easier to get to. Again, VMAX moving along and making improvements. Okay, here you got your folding mechanism. It's pretty sturdy. After 2 years, the stem is still rock solid, works good. You just lift up on this guy and pop it, and then it's kind of hard to do one-handed. And then you lay it down, and it clips in right down there. Now, one thing I didn't like about it, and a lot of other people when it came out, you flip this up, and you clip in. If you ever take any weight off the scooter, it just kicks off. And of course, a lot of people complained about it. And again, VMAX fixed it. But again, I don't fold my scooters a whole lot, so it's not really an issue. But in the newer models, it's not an issue anyhow. They fixed it. And that's really all the features it has. I mean, like I said, it's a nice looking scooter. It's sturdy. It's just solid. It's just a solid scooter. And the few complaints I had about it, like I wish it went a little faster. Well, the newer models do go a little faster. The suspension on it, that's what I forgot. The suspension. Now you got the rubber cartridge suspension back here in the back. I find it works fine. To me, I don't find it stiff at all. Now this front suspension, it is a little stiff. I wish they would have made it a little springier, or I used to say, wow, I wish this was just a little softer. And again, what do? The new models, it's softer. They fixed it. So pretty much any complaint that I had from this like 2 years ago that would have made this like the ideal scooter, VMAX has already addressed. And, like I said, they just make a really good product. And I think a lot of people kind of sleep on them. But, a lot of it too is they look at the specs and they're like, oh, I can get so much more, for my money. Because you are paying a premium price to have the premium scooter. But you kind of get what you pay for too. And I think VMAX really delivers on their product. Yeah, it's a little more expensive. You can buy a cheaper scooter that does something similar. But then again, it's just like, do you want to buy a Mercedes or you could buy a Kia? Yeah, they do the same thing, but one does it just a little bit better than the other one.